All right. Hi, y'all. We did something really amazing, I think. My development team and I came up with a scheduler because we all know that scheduling is the bane of our existence, really, in special ed. And I have never seen it before. So I thought I would just record myself with my developer showing it to me for the first time. So let's get into it.
So go to the sidebar and
Okay.
scroll all the way down. You should see the scheduler.
Got it.
Click that. Now, what's going to open first is the SPED schedule, but we don't have any information in it. So what we have to do is set up our bells first, or our periods. There's a button in the center of the screen called Setup Bell Schedule.
No, this one's already set
Press
up.
that.
This one's already set up.
Okay, so this is your bell scheduler. You got the name of your school over on the left. We've got the school year. If you want, you don't have to. We've got the grade range of your school. For this one, the one I'm looking at is 3rd through 7th grade. We can set up different schedules for different days. Over here on the left, the schedule variance.
You have our
Add and subtract them.
you you have our Wednesday early release in there.
We can do that. Okay. So over here in the center of the screen, though, where the meat of the view is, you're going to see regular day time slots. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you'll look at the columns, the first column, first of all of these are drag and drop. You see those little cluster of dots on the left side there
Yeah.
of each row? You can grab it and drag it to a different row if you want to.
Oh.
So,
Oh, okay.
okay, so we can set up, you can see the first one we have here is before school. Okay. We can set up a before school
Yeah.
period. You can name these periods whatever you want with a label. You can set when it begins and when it ends with the start end time. And you can say whether or not it's a SPED period or a testing period. You can see the flags over there on the right. You can also delete any one of these rows on the far right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you scroll all the way down, you can see the lunch periods. Okay, so we've got the lunch periods in the middle of the day. Each one of these we can set up by grades. You can set up. This is important because we're going to need to be able to know when a kid can't be scheduled in that period and when a kid can. So you can also add rows. If you go to the very top, scroll to the top, you can add a slot. You see that
Yeah, I
button that
see
says
that.
Add
I see
Slot
that.
on the
Yeah.
right? If you press that, it'll add a slot at the bottom, and you can create a label for it, create the kind of period it is, and move it to wherever you want. Okay.
Oh my God.
And then you'll set your start and end time also.
After school. Oh my gosh, look how easy that is. 4 o'clock. Wow.
Okay, so this is just the beginning here. We haven't
Okay.
seen cool stuff yet. Go
Okay.
back up to the top, scroll to the very top, and you'll see Save Bell Schedule at the top right.
Yes.
Go ahead and press that.
Bell schedule saved.
Okay, so now what I'm going to need you to do is press the SPED Scheduler button right next to that.
Okay.
Now we get to the fun part.
Are those the
This is
teachers on the
where
left?
they are going to be, yes, the ones that you will add. So you can go to the top right, and this is where you start. You're going to start at the top right of this page, and you're going to press Add Staff. Okay? And you can add whatever staff members are in your school, or you can just do an ad hoc add and type in the name of the teacher, although I think that's far less likely.
Wow. Okay.
So once you've got some teachers added in there, and just pick a couple.
There's
Doesn't
three.
matter which
There's
ones you
three
pick.
in there already.
Okay. Okay, once you've got that, we're going to add some students to this. Okay?
Okay.
So what you can do is come over here to the right, and we've got the staging area. This is where the students are, right? By default, the student filter should be checked. So you're looking at just students here. Now I want you to pick a student that has a little yellow accented number in the student's listing.
Okay.
Do you see that?
I see that.
So pick one of those students.
Got it.
Now, when you open this, you should see all the services that student has and a number of sticky notes for that student in that service, okay? And each one of these services is going to be split up by what you set the service delivery time to be. So let's say it was a dyslexia service, and you said that this session, each dyslexia session should take 30 minutes. But this child is assigned 90 minutes a week. Well, then you're going to have 3 sticky tabs, right? So you can now take one of those if you'll left click and hold and drag it into whatever slot you want it to be into and just drop it. Now it saves, right? And you'll see that on the right, the sticky tab is now grayed out because you used it. You've used that sticky tab now. Now I know, because you told me, that if you, I know that if you sometimes have sticky tabs, open up another student that also has a yellow number in its
Okay.
listing.
Got it.
Sometimes you don't want your sticky tabs evenly split up by how many minutes a week a child receives. You see the little pencil that's right next to the sticky tabs, just to the right of it?
Yes.
Press that. Now you can set exactly how many minutes you want each sticky tab to be. Okay? So I'm looking at a child who receives 135 minutes of dyslexia instruction a week. Now, that may not be what you're looking at, but you should see right next to the add session button, you should see the total minutes and the minutes that we have split up in the sticky tabs, right? So we can change the amount of minutes though. And if you'll click on the amount of minutes
I
that you
did.
change,
I
you'll see
changed it. Yeah.
It changes in 5-minute increments.
It changed the sticky. It changed everything.
And you can add a session. So now we can split up the stickies into, you can, however many, if you keep adding sessions, you'll keep adding stickies, right? And you can just change the amount of times, or you can press reset and it'll go back to default. Is this not amazing?
I know you.
This is all your brainchild.
Oh, you might not understand because you're a coder, but this I didn't wear waterproof mascara today. This is weeks of work on
Yes.
with actual sticky notes.
Right. So what I want you to do is I want you to drag at least a couple of sessions. You don't have to do very many. Just drag a couple of sessions into the schedule, just so we can have something to work with.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. It doesn't have to be very many. And if let's try this. Schedule a child somewhere in one of the periods, and then try to schedule that child for another session in the same period. So you get a little warning that says, now it will let you do it, but it gives you a warning. And if you go ahead and hit yes, it'll show
in red
lines around it. And it'll also show on that child, look at the pulsing attention symbol right next to that child's name in the staging area. And that lets you know also the child's the first and last letter of their name is red. So it shows there's an issue here. This kid's got a scheduling issue, right? So we can also just remove those. If you let your mouse hover over the child.
Yeah, I just clicked the X. It's so intuitive. Like you would think you would need step-by-step training on this, but I could probably make a schedule right now with this little training. That's how easy
absolutely.
This is.
So click on any of the things you've already scheduled. Just click on it, and it'll pull up the details for that session and what it's about, right? So now you're still in the staging area. Okay, you've still got that open, right? Okay, so now I want you to click on classrooms. There's a filter at the top for classrooms. Okay, see, these are all your classrooms.
Okay.
Okay, and you can drag these classrooms into a slot, wherever it might be.
It takes all the kids with it.
And it makes sure that if, let's say one of the children in this that this classroom was for dyslexia instruction, right? And let's say that child also received individual dyslexia instructions throughout the rest of the week or whatever, the sticky notes are going to change their count in conjunction with where you drag the classroom. Okay, so if you drag a classroom in there and that classroom is a 45-minute session, it deducts 45 minutes from the dyslexia instruction sticky notes. Okay, so this is pretty cool, wouldn't you say?
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yes, yes, I'm serious.
Hold on. Hold on. This is. I gotta. I'm. This is crazy.
Pretty amazing, huh?
I know I'm just sitting here with my mouth open. I'm sorry.
So let me show you something else when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, instead of filtering by classrooms now, go back to students just real quickly,
Got
filter
it?
by students.
Yeah.
You can also filter by grades. Okay, right underneath that, you can filter by grades there, or you can just search a student. The student search is right above it, and you can just search by student. Okay,
Oh my gosh. No, you don't even. Oh my gosh.
okay, now you've got student filter, classroom filter, go to manual.
Oh, it's all the stuff I have to plan for my teachers.
That's right.
The
You can do
planning
planning time,
periods.
duty, documentation, check in, check out, and meetings. I haven't even told you the best part.
I feel like I'm on a game show. And there's more? What?
And there's more. Okay, now do you have some things dragged into the
Yes.
calendar? Okay, go to the or go to the actions button at the top.
Okay.
And also, by the way, you'll notice every time you perform an action, it gets saved automatically. You'll see the little saved indicator right there at
Yeah.
the right.
Yeah.
So you never have to worry that your stuff isn't saved. Okay, so
Okay.
press the actions button and you'll see a drop down menu. Okay, in the drop down menu, the first thing you're going to see is undo. Now, it's got a number beside it too in parentheses. Now, what this does is it allows you to go back 20 actions, whatever they might be. 20 different actions you can go back. Now, you can't go back further than that, but you can go back 20 actions. Okay? So, the next thing you could do, if you'll go to the second item in the actions list, is you can copy a day. Let's say that you wanted to copy an entire day. Maybe Monday is the same as Friday. I don't know. If you press the copy day button, it'll ask you, okay, what days do you want to copy this into?
Oh, wow.
You can also check that box there that says replace existing entries on target days. So let's say there are already things in the Friday schedule and you want to copy this Monday schedule over to the Friday schedule. You can say, I want to check that box. I want to clear the Friday schedule out and replace it completely with this, or keep those things. And the new things will just go on top of that. Okay? Go back to the actions button.
Okay.
And we can clear an entire day. That's the third option down. Now, obviously, this is an action that if you couldn't undo it would be kind of dangerous, but you can. If you accidentally clear a day and you didn't mean to, you can just press the back button and it'll all come back.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the fourth option down is the student schedule view. Okay. So press that.
Okay.
When you press the student schedule view, you're going to need to pick a student. Now, make it a student that you've already dragged things into the schedule for him.
Got it.
And what you will see is his personal schedule. Okay, just his schedule, his or her schedule, excuse me.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
So that's
gosh.
not as impressive as some
Yes,
of the
it
other
is.
things, but it's a nice option.
No. You don't see, this is why you're a coder. You don't know how impressive that is. That is,
Okay.
that is very, very helpful.
Okay.
because,
Okay. So
oh my gosh, you have to go in and you have to double check that you have everyone scheduled for all of their stuff. And all I would have to do is pull up an individual student's schedule and be able to compare it to their schedule of services and their IEP,
that's
and boom,
correct.
it's there.
Because on the bottom of that dialog box is every service that child is scheduled for, and whether or not all the minutes have been accounted for somewhere in the schedule.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty freaking cool, huh? Okay. So let's go back to the actions button,
Okay.
and you're going to go to the fifth option down, and this is the service minute summary. This pulls up every student, what their mandated minutes are for each individual service, what they have scheduled already, the difference, that's the delta, and then the status. Are they underscheduled? Are they overscheduled? Are they on target? And you can also filter here. You can filter by unscheduled, fully scheduled, overserved, underserved, or just all students.
You're brilliant.
Well, just wait, there's more.
Okay.
Okay, go back to the actions button. Okay.
Okay.
The sixth option down is print schedule. Now, we can print the entire schedule here as something you can just hang on your wall
Oh,
if you want to.
wow.
Now, if you close out that print screen, you can see it in HTML format here.
Wow.
Pretty good, huh?
I, I,
Let me show you a few more things before you get your words together. Go to the actions button again,
okay.
okay? Go to the seventh option down and you should see save snapshot. Let's say that you've got a certain number of things scheduled already. You have some doubts about the schedule, but you want to maintain this version of it. So you press save snapshot and it saves that. And let's say we want to come back to it at some point. We can go
Oh,
back and say, so press save snapshot. And
yeah.
then I want you to do something. After you press save snapshot, press clear day. Clear the entire day out.
Okay.
Okay. Now go back to restore snapshot, which is the eighth option down.
Do you know? Okay, let me tell you what this does. This, after I get the schedule made on the wall with the stickies, I then have to put it into like a Google document. This this keeps me from having to make copies of the Google documents where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a copy of it so I can have the original, but I'm gonna work on this one over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. It even has the date of that you made the snapshot. So
Wow.
you can delete the snapshots too if you want to. So go back to the actions button,
Okay.
and we've got the ninth option down, which is the import SPED schedule. Now, this is not yet finished, but it very soon will be. You will be able to just drag an Excel file into the import SPED schedule, whatever your schedule looks like, and our AI will read it and interpret it and make the schedule from that. And then you can adjust it from there.
It'll put the stickies on there?
That's right.
No way.
Oh, wait. Yes, that's going to happen very soon. Now, if you'll go down to the 10th option, you can also see import school schedule. Okay. Now, there is an option that is not available yet, but very soon will be. You're going to be able to import the entire school schedule and have it overlay the SPED schedule. If you look at the 11th option down, it's grayed out right now. You see it grayed out there? It says school schedule
Yes.
overlay. That's not available to you yet, but it will be. And you'll be able to click that, turn it on and turn it off, and just have the school schedule overlay the SPED schedule, and then turn it off and it'll go away. Finally, the last option on the actions list is the edit the bell schedule. Let's say your periods switch around, your lunch periods switch around, whatever. You can go and change that. Now, you'll notice also that if a child is in third grade and his lunch period is scheduled for third grade, and you try to drag him into that column, you're going to get a warning that says, hey, this is a lunch period for this kid, right?
Okay. Hold on. So I grab it. Oops, nope, doing that wrong. Okay, so I grab a sticky. This kid is in. Find the kid. Grade 4. Okay. So grade 4. Do you have any kids I've scheduled on their lunch periods and had to fix it?
Never again. Also, let's change the view a little bit. You see the staging area title? Just to the right of it is a little arrow. Press that arrow and it slides out of your way so you could see a little bit more of the day. Okay. And then, of course, you just got your days tab up there where you can cycle between days. That's
Wow.
it. That's the scheduler. That's how you make a SPED schedule now.
I am rarely am I speechless. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
Well, I'm really glad you like it. I was shooting for just enough to make you happy, but this is the best thing you've ever seen.
I have to plan. Number one, I have to plan weeks to get this bed schedule done because we have so many students with so many services. I use hundreds of stickies. I take up an entire wall. And then after every ARD meeting, you have to go in and you have to update it again.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what this is? This is leveling the playing field. This is leveling the playing field between special education teachers and general education teachers.
Tell me what you mean by that.
I mean that because we as SPED people have the paperwork, the time that we have to spend away from the student getting ready to do all the things that are legally required of us it's like climbing Mount Everest, right? You never get to the top. You never get done. This gives me weeks back. This gives me hours that I can actually, I don't know, be with my students. I,
Well, you
wow,
are a teacher, are you not?
I am a teacher.
Well, maybe you could be more of a teacher now.
Maybe that should be our new tagline, SpEasy. Instead of special education made easy, it's SpEasy, lets you be more of a teacher.
It's not bad, is it?
Wow. I'm in awe. I'm genuinely in awe. I'm in awe. Okay.